This is the 737 MAX Captain speaking, and welcome to today's episode of Real Racing 3. In this episode, we are going to be driving the BMW Z435 Drive IS or something like that. It's this car. We'll see it again in the menu. We'll be able to see its model. All I know for sure is that it's a BMW. If anyone recognizes this track, this is Mazda Raceway in Monterey, California. It's also known as Laguna Seca. As you can see, the marks mean I am driving, and I haven't done much driving since the last video in which I drove the Camaro. And for some reason, you'll notice over this video, I only ever skid twice. That's the only spoiler I'm going to give you. Right now we are overtaking cars left and right. I am doing really well right now. Not to toot my own horn, but heh. Yeah. And sorry there isn't any audio for the game. Apparently you have to screen record with the volume on now with iOS. It's just weird. Anyway, right now we are chasing down Bronson G, who is a TSM player that I've been playing with probably since the beginning of my Real Racing 3 career. As you can see during that lap, don't want to speak too soon, but we nailed every one of the corners with braking. And we are going to overtake. I'd say it's much better to have an overreaction than an underreaction, because overreaction on the brakes, you just go too slowly. You could give it a little bit of gas, your car will be fine. But if you underreact, not enough brake, maybe too late, the car goes sliding off the track, maybe hitting a wall, and a control input is not going to fix that. Believe me. So basically, what we're going to be doing in this video is two of these races and another one called Drag Race. Now, I don't know about you, but I like all the events that this game has to offer, but I just don't think all of them are worthy to be in a YouTube video. You let me know in the comments, be blunt about it. We're going to be doing a drag race, whether or not you like that. I really don't like that in terms of YouTube videos, because you're going in a straight line just trying to hit a shift, and that is not very entertaining to watch. I acknowledge that, and I am not very experienced with YouTube, so yeah, it's difficult, I'll admit, it's difficult. Anyway, we are coming up on final lap, and here's one thing. You can always see the sun during daytime races, and I say daytime races because it is very rare, but you can get an evening, or even, in the rarest of cases, as you saw at Yas Marina, night races. Now, I wish the game had a little bit more in terms of night racing, like every 15th event there was a night race. Currently, there are one in like 50 events that are night races, which I really don't like. Although, I guess sort of in Pro-Am, with the Corvette Stingray, there is a little bit of that during its showcase, but there isn't a lot of night racing, and I wish there could be more of that, and more tracks at night. Like, I'd kind of like to see this place at night, although I guess the cars produce their own light, but as you see, as we take our final lap, there's almost no lighting around this track, so I guess night racing here would be a nightmare. That's all I got to say. But we are coming up on the end of this race, and we win. And first place at a time of 4:54.992. That's a pretty good time, I'd say. Now, if it's going to tell us what kind of car we're driving, I can't... It's such a long name for a car. See if we could see the title anywhere. And I don't spend a lot of time in menus because I verified my account, but for some reason I still can't upload videos longer than 15 minutes at the time this voiceover was recorded. Anyway, we unlocked a car. Can't afford it. We're gonna get it later. No, we were doing 6-cylinder Annihilation series. Let's go back to that one. Drag race, and you know, I'm gonna do this one, but I'm not gonna do any of these in the future because it simply is not very entertaining for people to watch. I understand, which is why I will try not to do any such events like motocross you can kind of get away with, but speed snap, speed record you could do, but speed snap just don't. Endurance is kind of long at times. I would not recommend putting that in a YouTube video, and I end up talking about my recommendations. But anyway, this is like... So we're done with this. We're going to move on to round 2, then there will be a third round, and just after that there's a third round. I honestly don't understand not the science, but I really don't understand why this even needs to be part of the game. It's boring. There's no other time in which you'll actually use manual shifting. Like, see, this is not entertaining. In fact, relative to most tracks, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway isn't really that entertaining. But you know, what else is there to do about it? Because look at these stands. Who would flock here to watch 4 drag races that are maybe 15 seconds long at most? Just 4 people. And they're not even in cars that are worth watching on the track. Like maybe a McLaren would be worth watching, but one of these things? No. There are just some things about this game that don't make sense. Like, why would anyone want to watch these races? They're so short. Races this short, maybe like the Coca-Cola 600, maybe that you'd want to watch, but in person, because that's like, I don't know, 4.5 hours long. But these races are just so short that, and sorry about that jump there. There was an ad in the middle that I wanted to cut out due to copyright. We're going to go to the Cup, and there's a reason I like to call this mount a roller coaster. And you're going to see that, I don't know where the really roller coaster part of the race is, but there are a lot of elevation changes. So it starts, you turn left, you sort of go down into a dip, and then you begin to go uphill, and then there's one part where you go downhill on a winding road. You know what? I'll just give you the driving tips as we go, because I cannot describe it. You want a description of the lap? Consult Wikipedia, but better I just show you, given that we're actually racing here. Okay, so it depends on where you are. I was kind of on a high line because of all the traffic, but you want to brake kind of early for that one because it's a 90-degree turn, kind of a sharp 90-degree turn. Not very narrow, but definitely sharp. Here we're going to gain a lot of speed. We're going to go downhill. And then right around here, we're going to begin to go up the mountain. We're going to hit the brakes there. Now the reason I do manual acceleration along with manual brake is because automatic acceleration can kind of hurt you. And we are like almost, I think, at the highest point. Yeah, around here is the highest elevation point on the track. We're going to descend a little bit now. And then turn. And then the downhill is right here. So we're going to hit the brakes, we're going to go into the turn, and we're just going to coast. We're going to hit the brakes a little more, probably a good idea. And then around here is where you want a little bit of gas. And then just sort of coast in the turn, brake for this one right here. And then full throttle. There's going to be this little dog leg right here. Then you're going to go up a little bit more, then downhill. That's pretty much a lap of this place. And I pretty much have nothing else to say for the rest of this video, so I will just let you watch. This has been thank you for choosing the 737 MAX Captain for your viewing experience. I hope you will be coming back to join me in the future. Stay safe and happy, and I'll see you in my future videos. So long.